Colonies in ancient Greece. Due to little valuable farmland, growing populations, and shrinking space to accommodate the population growth, the ancient Greeks eventually sought to set up colonies throughout the Mediterranean world. A colony is an area under the control and influence of another country, typically one in a faraway land. The Greeks were not the first civilization to establish colonies, nor were they the last. The Egyptians had colonies in southern Canaan around 3000 BCE, and the British Empire held colonies all around the world in the late 18th century, including the most notable 13 American colonies. Establishing colonies was a very risky endeavor. Navigating the Aegean and Mediterranean seas was a challenging task even for the most expert of sailors, and enough materials had to be stocked to allow for the colony to subsist until they could start producing food. Weapons, too, were needed as it was possible the Greeks would encounter a naturally hostile population in the land they wished to settle. Since it was believed that the gods were in direct control of life on Earth and that they routinely intervened in the lives of humans to express their anger and pleasure, it was common for Greeks to please the gods with an animal sacrifice prior to their departure. The Greek god Apollo was responsible for medicine and healing, so future colonists often visited his temple in the city of Delphi prior to show their respect and pray for a safe journey. Colonization did more than provide an extension of the Greek city-states. In addition to supplying new kinds of crops, fertile farmland, and more space for growing city-states, it provided an outlet for which Greek culture was spread to other parts of the world. Newly found colonists traded with Persians and Phoenicians, obtaining glass, textiles, and slaves for their surplus of olive oil, wine, and pottery. By the year 500 BCE, the Greek world had expanded to nearly 500 colonies, with roughly 40% of all Greeks living in the newfound colonies such as Syracuse from Corinth, Cyrene from Thera, and Locri from Sparta.